My name is Norma Jean Anderson Kiefer, and I'm with BOSS Solutions. We're glad you're with us. We have an information-packed next hour in which we're going to be covering a lot of information, and that is, first of all, how the city of San Jose, California is using BOSS811 one-call ticket management to achieve compliance, reduce cost, and improve operational efficiency. Also, how automating workflows can speed up ticket handling, and how analytics can be used for operational efficiency. But last but not least, we do also have a time that we're going to be answering your questions, and we have a gift card drawing for a $50 Amazon gift card, so stay with us. Today's presenters, we have Brent Erkel, who is the construction manager from the city of San Jose in California, and Vishu Nigam, who is our director of product engineering here at BOSS Solutions. Few quick notes, housekeeping notes that we have for you. Everyone will be muted during the webinar. You may submit your questions via the questions window anytime during the presentation, and our panel will answer all questions at the end of the webinar. We are recording the webinar, and it will be sent to all the registered participants, as well as it will be posted on our website. One thing that's very important to us is to make sure that we all are always continuing to provide you with the best webinars. So we want you to complete the survey after the webinar, and we would greatly appreciate your feedback on this. Let's do a little bit of a background of BOSS Solutions. We have been in business over 25 years, and we have that amount of experience in service management. We offer 3 brilliantly simple software solutions. The first one is BOSS Desk, ITIL Service Desk on the cloud. We also have our BOSS Support Central ITSM on-premise. And what we're going to talk about today is our BOSS811, the one-call ticket management solution for the damage prevention industry. We pride ourselves in exceeding industry standards with the latest technology, and most importantly, we are committed to providing excellent customer support. Our feature presentation today is going to be provided by Brent Erkel with the City of San Jose, who, as I mentioned before, is going to show us how the City of San Jose uses the one-call ticket management to achieve compliance, significantly reduce cost, and improve operational efficiency. But first, Vishu is going to give us an overview of BOSS811. Go ahead.
Thank you, Norma Jean. Okay, so my name is Vishu Nigam. I am the Director of Product Engineering here. Today I will be giving a quick overview of BOSS811 product. So BOSS811 is a completely cloud-based one-call ticket management solution. And it's completely hosted by us, and it's completely cloud-based solution, so you don't have to install anything. It works on all the modern browsers, Chrome, IE, Firefox, and Safari, all the modern browsers. It also comes with the mobile applications. And this product is designed to make your workflow efficient and drive compliance and build better reporting capabilities. It comes with all the major features. It's like screening, routing, your sketching tools, your dashboard and reporting, your map, overlay, and everything. So let me quickly get into the product and show you some of the things we have done. So as soon as you log into the product comes with a dashboard. We have tons of key performance indicators here. So you can get to your information quickly. So you can use this dashboard to give a better overview or oversight of all your locate tickets. So you have like lots of widgets in here. So you can order, each user gets their own dashboard. We have unlimited users. So, so you can bring in any users, locators, contractors, anybody. Whom do you want to locate for you can be in here. You can bring everybody in one platform and use all these dashboards. These dashboard widgets are customizable and configurable. And also our product supports multiple call centers. So you can add as many call centers you want. And we have the capability of adding any call center in the United States. And if there is a call center missing or anything, we can always add that for you. And also, all these widgets and dashboard widgets are clickable, meaning when you have a widget and you click on it, you can actually get to the underlying data. And the data is also can be viewed in a map, and you can get to your data faster and take it faster and everything. So everything is organized, well organized in our application. You also have, you can look for assigning tickets. You can look for all the get to your data faster. We have simple search. We have an advanced search. So you can build your own search and look for those tickets. And you can search can be pinned to the main screen here. And also you have a map view for all your searches. So you can get all the map, the views on the ticket. So we do have screening, ticket screening, we call it routing. So you will be able to, as we can get tickets from the call center on your behalf. So after we get the tickets, you will be able to screen the tickets. As soon as we receive the ticket, you'll be able to screen the tickets using multiple conditions and multiple conditions. You can search through all your ticket action, number, ticket type, emergency, locate, and all those things. Your keyword search on the one call ticket. And also you can do area-wise searches. So you can basically say if my ticket is coming in a particular area, in a polygon, you can assign that particular ticket to a particular locator and take some actions on it. So how the screening process works is like you look for all the conditions. You can mix and match these conditions. When all the conditions are true based on this here, or any of the conditions are true, you can perform some actions. So we do have a lot of actions in here. So you can change them also. Okay, and you can add any layers to it, to your maps. So you can bring in any layers, a KML, KMZ file. We support 3 kinds of layers, an Esri server or GIS layer, or a KML, KMZ file, or you can add a GeoJSON file endpoint to it. We can add custom fields to the product. So you can collect additional user-defined fields. You can add additional fields to the ticket. So once the ticket is finished with the routing, you can actually see the tickets in your ticket queue, and this will be automatically assigned on the screening and routing process. So let's look at a ticket, look at a ticket. So if you look at the ticket, you got all this color, general information on the ticket, all your ticket times and everything. Then these are like a user-defined or custom fields we can add to the product where you can collect information on the ticket from your locators. And you can tag your tickets. This is your excavator on the ticket. And this is the assignee here, okay? On the map view, the polygon from the call center is plotted on the map, and you can add any layers you want. So each locator can pick and choose what layer they want to see, and like so. So I already have it on this ticket. So this particular ticket, the layers, let's see here. I can see all the layers in here. Here, hide and show all my layers if I want to. And also click on the data points in your layer, right? I can see this one. So this is comes as part of the product, and you can bring any data source you want on the map. And also we have on the, this is your one call format you receive from the thing. You can add notes to it. These notes does not go to your call center. This just stays in the ticket for your own needs. You can add attachments to it. We can have any attachments you can add here. We have a gallery view also on the attachments. And also you can collect timesheet entries on this one. And here we have event logs. Basically, it will tell you what happened to the ticket. The ticket came in, it came through the screening process, the routing process. It got all the action taken in here in the ticket. So the locator can send a close code to the call center and also add some comments if you want. We also have notifications. So once I close the ticket, if the notifications are enabled, you can actually send a notification to your excavator notifying the ticket has been closed, what has been done on the ticket, so that the excavator immediately gets notified when the particular ticket gets closed. And you can customize this notifications. We have notifications for emergency, also emergency ticket when the emergency ticket comes in. When the emergency ticket comes in, you can notify a group of people, a bunch of people, or a user on the ticket. So also from an administrative standpoint, you can easily find out all the tickets for the user. As we explained before, you can go to your own tickets, or you can have an advanced search in here, look for a ticket. We also have bulk reassignment and editing of ticket. So you can actually assign the ticket to a particular locator and bulk close the ticket and send notification to the call centers and response to the call center, okay, on multiple tickets. We can also time track and all those things, and also on the reporting engine. So we have a reporting engine. So we have basic reporting and also custom report. We can build custom reports for you. And one of the custom reports is like, for example, this we can build custom report based on the user defined data we added. So for example, if you want to see this report for the last 30 days, what happened with the timesheet entry we collected on the ticket, we can pull up custom reports for you. Also, I'm going to quickly show you my mobile app in here. So you can actually access the whole your one call ticket management in the mobile app. So here's the mobile app. You can, this is the ticket, all the advanced searches and whatever created is available here. You can then click on a particular ticket. And here's your ticket information. Here's the work address and everything. Here's the custom fields we added on the ticket. Here's all the notes, and here's your attachments on the tickets, and here's your map view on the tickets, right? The map view on the tickets in here. Okay, so now you can add attachments. I've already added some attachments in here. Let us see how that looks like. So you even have a widget for having ticket attachment. You click on it, it'll tell you which attachments it is. So you click on a ticket and attachments. We have notes and attachments. You can have a gallery view and see all these attachments. You can add videos and all those things on your attachments, right? From a ticket, you can do that. So Brent is gonna show you how he uses the product. He will deeply explain like how you actually implemented the product and how you saved the cost. And if you have any questions, just put it on the Q&A board, and we will answer it at the end of the session, after Brent's session. Thank you, Brent. Can you take over?
Good morning. My name is Brent Erkel. I work for the City of San Jose. I oversee the city's development and utilities inspection work groups, and I also oversee our utilities underground surface alert, mark, and locate crews. Today, I'm going to talk about San Jose's one-call ticket management systems and how BOSS811 helps position the City of San Jose to be more efficient, ensure compliance with the law. To start off with, I'd like to just kind of show you where we are at in the world. We're about 50 miles south of our famous cousin city, San Francisco. And you can see it up here on the slideshow. It's kind of highlighted in red down at the bottom of the peninsula. So if you're not familiar with San Jose sharks or San Jose earthquakes, you know where we are in the world in relation to San Francisco. So just a little factoids about San Jose, so you can compare in relation to your agency or your company. San Jose is the largest city in Northern California and the third largest in the state. There is an estimated population in 2016 of well over 1 million folks. We're the 10th most populous state in the United States, and we're comprised of about 180 square miles. Just before we spring into some of the things about San Jose, I thought I'd go over when the law was first introduced here in California. It was a voluntary law, and then in 1989, our underground service alert law became mandatory, and the city of San Jose joined our one ticket management center, USA North. And just a screenshot up here, this is our first ticket management system dating back to 1991. It's the thermal fax machine, just for a little historical memorabilia. In 1996, City of San Jose invested in technology and purchased computer-based ticket management software that resided on local PCs. And its database was searchable. It also sorted work into crews, and it provided for a repository for all our records, for all our locates. So we can go back 21 years and still pull up records on our locates. Now, when I took over supervision of the work group in 2007, this computer program was still operating, so it had been in existence for about 11 years, and it hadn't really gone unchanged. And when I first looked at this software, it looked pretty antiquated. It didn't really tell me a whole heck of a lot, but when I looked at the work getting done and there weren't any complaints coming in from my locate crew, I thought, what the heck, if it ain't broke, it don't fix it. So I kind of put the, looking at the technology and put it up on the shelf and focused on other things. And it wasn't until about 2010 when we got a new division manager, and he was asking us to let us know what's really driving our work, what sector of work is really causing an increase in services for our underground mark and locate crews. And I really wasn't able to give him any information because our old ticket management software really didn't provide anything other than those 3 functions I told you about earlier. But that planted a seed, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Just so you know what City of San Jose is required to locate. We got traffic signals, street lighting, communications, recycled water lines, potable water lines, pressurized storm and sanitary sewers. We also got smart manholes, flow monitoring, irrigation, and a whole slew of other things. So we got a lot of stuff to mark out here in San Jose. We got a lot of territory. And just like all you folks are probably realizing, the ticket volumes have really gone up in the last couple of years. This is a graph of our ticket volume since 1996. Back in 96, we had about 20,000 tickets coming in. Over the course of time, we've averaged about 35,000. And in the last 3 years, it's gone gangbusters with last calendar year, 2017, we had over 57,000 tickets. So just, again, a tremendous amount of volume. One of the things I mentioned earlier was that division manager that started challenging us about our work. He really wanted to know, again, what sector of work is driving our work. And so there's, let me go back a little bit. When I benchmark with a couple of local agencies and a couple of other larger cities about what funds their underground service alert crews, typically it was the operating and maintenance funding or their general funding that paid for the labor services. In San Jose, because a lot of our service departments are spread out, we actually have about 7 different funding sources, main funding sources, and about 3 or 4 other minor funding sources. So it's really important for us to track what's driving this work, because ultimately if I have an increase in a particular sector, I may need to go back and ask for more money to pay for our services. So just a little bit more about San Jose. So now I kind of wanted to start going over my old workflow and my old ticket management software and kind of compare it to what BOSS811 was able to help us out with. So the beginning of the workflow starts on the left side, the boxes with the kind of light baby blue text. That's the excavator's responsibility. He delineates his site, calls into USA North. USA North receives the ticket. passes it on to our city consultant, who downloads it on our local PC. Once it gets on our local PC, it's my locator's responsibility, and all those tasks with the green text box, those are all my locator's responsibilities. So you can see up here on the screen, we got about 5 different responsibilities. Again, print the ticket, take the ticket, paper ticket into the field, write our notes on the paper ticket in the field, bring it back in and put it into the database. And then hopefully my locators will send out an email notifying that the ticket's been cleared or it's been marked. And then the locator would file the paper ticket. Now, the second to the right, I kind of highlighted that one task in yellow because we've had problems with it. My locators didn't always send out emails or provide phone calls letting our excavators know that their tickets were cleared. It was somewhat apparent when there's marks out in the field, but when you clear a ticket and the contractor isn't informed, a lot of times we'd be getting calls back from the excavators asking about, what's the status of their ticket. And so I just kind of wanted to highlight that was one area where we're having a little bit of a problem with compliance. Now, once we got BOSS811, this is the same process. It's basically for those new or remarked tickets. And again, on the left side of the screen, the same excavator responsibilities. USA still has their responsibilities. Our vendor now is BOSS. So BOSS takes the information, and essentially because it's a mobile platform, I no longer need to print tickets, take notes on paper tickets, and then wait till the end of the day to do the work. I basically just grab my iPad, take it out into the field, do my work, take my notes into the iPad, and close the ticket. And so it makes things a lot more efficient. So you saw 5 processes that were highlighted in green text. Now it's down to 1. And one of the nice things on this particular flow diagram, you don't see anything highlighted in yellow because BOSS811 auto closes the ticket and sends out an email. Excuse me, the BOSS811 automatically sends out an email once we close the ticket. So we're informing the contractor that, again, the marks are on the ground or the ticket's been cleared. So let's kind of look at kind of an overview of how BOSS811 influences the previous process. In the first process, printing tickets, it's been deleted. Taking notes in the field and inputting in the database, those 2 processes have been modified into one because it's a mobile platform. That send an email to excavator, that process is now modified, and it's green, it's good, and it's an automated process, so it doesn't require any labor, so I don't have to be burdened that my locators didn't do something. All I got to do is close the ticket and sends out the information. And finally, when you go to file a ticket, there is no paper ticket to file, so that process has been deleted. So when you look at it overall, when we were able to get BOSS811 and create this new workflow process, we're able to save about 4 minutes per ticket for new tickets and remark tickets, which is pretty significant, as well as there's other features that are of value because it's a mobile platform, but I won't get into that. Let's look at a workflow process for no remark. Essentially, the contractor is going to exceed his 28-day working period. His marks on site are still good, and he just wants to continue working, so he needs another 15 days of time to get all his construction work done, so he just extends the ticket. So on our old ticket management system, this actually required work for our locate staff. So again, if you start from the left of the diagram and move to the right, again, the excavator just notifies USA North notifies our vendor. Our vendor would drop it on our PC, and when it would drop on our PC, my locators would actually have to go into it and clean it up. So they'd have to open up a ticket that really there was no services for in the field, input some information and close the ticket in order for them to clean up the database. Otherwise, it would show as an open item for work. And then ultimately, the locator, after you close the ticket, you'd be required to file the ticket. So let's look at how BOSS811 helped us out with this workflow process. Again, same responsibilities for the excavator, same responsibilities for USA North. The only thing is, once we receive it in BOSS, auto processes and auto closes the ticket because there really was no work required in the field. And so this is one thing my locators really love, because on a day when I'm getting 300 tickets in the morning and 40% of my work volume is no remarks, I'm having to spend a good 2 hours of time in the morning to try to just clean up my database. So big time savings with BOSS811. So just to kind of go over those, the user experience, it decreases labor and it decreases costs. It increases compliance with the law, and it also increases morale. I have locators that range in age of 20 to 50 years old, and some of them are a little finicky, and I was a little bit concerned that how they would take this, this change. And it was such a benefit and such a value that the whole team fully embraced it. So a big morale increase. Getting on to management experience, this is when you kind of take a general product and I think you're able to customize it and then specifically collect data that's meaningful for your organization. Vishu kind of went over this custom entry screen. This is a really big deal for us because ultimately we need to know about what's going on in relation to our tickets. We don't just need to know that the work's getting done. So because we're able to create this custom entry screen within BOSS, I'm able to track my funding sources, I'm able to track time. And then one of the added values is I'm now getting uniform documentation. Back on our old ticket management system, the locators would have to type in their notes into it. And so if you have, if you're marking out loops and you got 8 people taking notes on that, you're going to have 8 different definitions of what that work looks like. So the fact that I'm able to provide these drop-down boxes and these toggle boxes, it allows for the locators to uniformly document how they're doing the work in the field. And then for new locators, it provides them a little bit of a tool about what to look out for when they're in the field. So this particular custom entry screen, it benefits both the user, but it also benefits the manager. And really, I put this in my category because it's been real helpful for me to get information that I need to shape other information. So Vishu kind of talked about the specialized report. So one of the more interesting things for us is we really want to know, again, what's driving our workload here in San Jose. So we would typically do an analysis of our tickets and evaluate like a pay period at a time, because we did not have reporting features built into our old ticket management system. So I would basically have a locator go through a pay period's worth of ticket, about 2,000 tickets, and assign the fund, the amount of time to it, to a spreadsheet, and then I would run similar reports. In order to evaluate one pay period, it would take me about 36 staff hours to do that, so it wasn't really efficient, so I couldn't do it for the entirety of the work. But again, I would do spot checks on it. Now that I got BOSS811 and I got that mechanism to capture the data I need, now I'm able to use the data and shape into these nice reports. So later on, if you notice on the left side of the screenshot, it shows my funding sources. If my development work right now this year, say it's 8%, and next year it goes up to 16%, I'm able to use this data and go back to the work group and say, hey, your particular work segment is enlarged, it's growing, and I need to get more funding for it. So this information is real valuable for me because it helps me protect my program with getting the appropriate funding. When we first demoed this product, this is the first kind of picture that I took a look at, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. This is some meaningful information coming back off these dashboards. If you compared my second ticket management system, the one after the thermal fax machine, and you looked at that, it was kind of looking like at a black hole. It didn't tell you anything. Immediately, when you look at BOSS811, you can tell what's going on. Where's the work volumes? What's happening? What kind of work is it? Is it emergency, normal, rush, etc.? You can also see, which of the locators got all the work. So if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of the screenshot of BOSS811, you can see there's a gentleman by the name of Joe Nunes. It looks like he's got the lion's share of the work. So when you go into the ticket management software and you see this, you can easily see that there's a work balance issue. And so you can rebalance and redistribute the work so that everybody in your work group has an effective amount of tickets to do and nobody's getting rushed on time, and there's parity in the work group. So again, a great tool, provides clear insight into the work and allows you to manage the work. So if you just look at the summary of it, again, I love that customizable data entry screen. I just as a side note, when we were talking with a couple other vendors, A couple other vendors said, yeah, you know, we could do that, but it's going to cost you extra. And the nice thing about BOSS811 is it gives me all the tools built into the product. It gives me the flexibility to go into the product and adjust it to what my needs are so I can collect the data that I need. So that it's real cool. And again, it helps me generate those customized reports to protect my work group. And it gives me clear insight into the work so I can, you know, rebalance out work, make things fair for the locators. Just kind of want to go over a couple more points before I turn it back over to Vishu. Data reliability. With our old ticket management software, I'd say at least once a month we'd have data reliability issues. The system would go down. It would go down for, you know, 2 to 4 hours, nothing major. Typically it was the vendor's server problem, and then sometimes it would be the city's equipment. You know, maybe it was our firewall or our local PCs that was having a problem. But nonetheless, we had issues. Ever since we've gone to BOSS, there has been no service delivery issues. And I kind of accredit this to the fact that it's a web-based SaaS, right? So nothing resides here on any of our local PCs. There's nothing for us to maintain. When something goes wrong, I call Vishu. I don't call my city IT or my Public Works IT, and let BOSS811 take care of it. Fortunately for us, there's been no service delivery issues. It's been an outstanding product so far, and really happy with it. System configuration, integration, performance, and functionality. BOSS811 is platform agnostic, so numerous web browsers will work with it. In our office, the folks are accessing it on their desktop PCs. When they go out into the field, they're using iPads, and sometimes they're coupling it with their personal cell phones, and so both Android and iOS is getting used in the cell environment as well. So real easy. Again, the configuration, it's super easy to configure right out of the box for what your needs are, and you're able to collect the data that you need, and with that custom entry screen. It's super easy to set up routing processes, including auto close features, so you can efficiently, you know, go through your work and really allow your locators the time to focus on quality locate time in the field instead of administrative of the database. One of the other nice things, Vishu really kind of already touched on it, was going over those system maps. Our city really got out of the paper map business about 2 years ago. And this became a big problem because our locate staff with our old system would be taking these paper tickets and these paper maps and going out into the field. And ultimately there's updates to the maps, but nobody was printing the updates anymore because everybody else had gotten away from paper copies. So it was really nice when we were able to get in with BOSS, and they added this feature that it coincided with what our needs were. It was really a great thing. And then there's also cost savings when not having to produce printed maps. One of the other things that's really cool about BOSS is, you know, they have tools built into their product, but sometimes we have other needs outside of that. And so we've been in discussion with BOSS about adding other tools into it, including Verizon Telematics, which is data acquisition on the vehicles. So like the speeds, the locations, the driving times, the idle times, etc. All this information, we're kind of looking at it and seeing how we can incorporate it and store, you know, this data set in BOSS811. So we're looking forward to bringing this technology into it. So just to kind of go over our big ticket cost savings, if you remember that new and remark workflow process, I said I saved about 4 minutes per ticket on that. Well, again, 60% of our work volume is new tickets and remark tickets. So if you take our peak year last year, 57,000 tickets times 60% of the work times 4 minutes, it shows you that I have a staff cost savings of about 2,300 hours. Just for auto processing, closing those no remarks, those extension of tickets, you can see I'm saving almost 500 staff hours of time. Now I'm able to do a comprehensive funding source reports instead of those periodic spot checks, and this saves me at least 144 hours of staff time, if not more. The system maps I was talking about, you know, uploading those digital maps. For us to produce and print paper maps for our organization, it costs about $100,000 per year. That's not just the printing cost. It would require a technician to go in and cut the map up and do some things to get it ready for production. And And again, the fact that we don't have to print these paper maps anymore means that we don't have to apply labor to something that isn't getting used, and we're able to have a cost savings with it. So the one thing I kind of wanted to look at just at this last moment was, I think a lot of times when we do our work, we get a little complacent in it. We're very comfortable. We understand what's going on. But sometimes if we don't really look at what new technology is coming along, how other people are doing their work, we might miss the opportunity to make meaningful improvements. Improvements like saving time, saving money, ensuring compliance. And so sometimes when we're comfortable in our processes, let's go ahead and evaluate it, see what's out there, see what can be better for your work organization, and see if it's a better fit. And so far, BOSS811 has been an absolute incredible fit. Just one last note before I turn it back over to Vishu. We had a little bit of difficulty going through our procurement of getting our new ticket management system, and we have a pretty rigid procurement process here at the City of San Jose, and I got a procurement manager here, and he talks with the procurement manager over in purchasing, and my procurement manager, our purchasing folks, everybody that's dealt with BOSS has been just outfloored with how good of customer service they have. And they're actually adding in and describing, is this BOSS-like? So it's become a description term when they're talking about other vendors. Are these people BOSS-like? So if they're not BOSS-like, maybe I just don't want to deal with them. And so I just want to say thank you, BOSS811. Thank you, Vishu, for helping us get this great product and giving me an opportunity to talk about it. And I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Brent. We do have some questions here from our attendees. So there are a lot of questions came through, and some of the questions are addressed to you and some to BOSS. So there is one question. This question is addressed to Brent. Brent, the question is, did you have any difficulty in selling the solution to your management, and what was the biggest problem you had to overcome in implementing the solution? Brent, can you answer that question?
Yeah, so there was a little bit of difficulty, of course. I think whenever you're going to something new and you're asking for more money, people want to know the justifications why. And fortunately for us, I had good data to sell the product. Again, it was looking at staff time savings. The thing that really sold the product to management above me was the fact that it was ensuring that I was making compliance with the law. You know, again, the changes in the law are ever evolving. They're getting tighter and more stringent. And here in California, one of the things that it's been, for the last couple of iterations, we're required to have positive communication with the excavator. And again, in that one process I was showing you, we're always having a little bit of difficulty ensuring 100% compliance. But when you're able to show how a product's going to help you save money, ensure compliance, and now you're fulfilling the obligations of the law, it makes it real easy, I
Thank you, Brent. The next question is for BOSS. Can BOSS811 support multiple call centers in a single system? Yes, BOSS811 can support any number of call centers you have, and also get tickets from all the call centers, and you can organize your tickets according to your needs. The next question is, what has been the reaction, this for Brent, what has been the reaction your locators and the other users of the system?
So my locators were initially a little apprehensive about it. Anytime you're going through change, people don't really want to do it because it requires them to think differently about how they do their work. And so there was a little bit of hesitation. However, when we rolled the product out and immediately in the morning, it was saving them that 2 hours of staff time that they're not having to sit in the office. And now they're having better quality time to put into the locates out in the field. where the work really is more meaningful, they were extremely happy. And it was just like, wow, I wish we would have had this a lot earlier.
Thank you, Brent. The next question is like, I'm using a third party for locating, so how can BOSS811 be used to save me cost? So if you're using a third party locating company, so the BOSS811, how we can implement the cost saving is like, we can use our screening and routing algorithms in BOSS811 to reduce the number of tickets you actually have to locate. That's how you save a lot of cost in your locating. So all your tickets will be coming to BOSS811, and after we have done the routing and screening, we can send the actual tickets which needs to be located to the locating company, so that we don't get charged for tickets which we don't have to locate. The last question is for Brent. I think you already explained it, but still, what is the biggest? No, this is a different question. This for Brent. What is the biggest lesson you have learned, and if you had to do it again, what would you have done differently?
All right. So when we first started going out and looking at alternate ticket management softwares, we kind of went through our normal bid process, and we're just hoping for people to submit applicable proposals for our new product. And so it didn't really get out to a lot of people in the industry. And so when we first went out to get proposals, we really didn't get a good return. And so we ended up spinning our wheels a little bit early on, trying to get into contract with people that weren't really wanting to get into contract with us. And so the biggest thing that I learned is do the legwork, look at all the vendors out there that are available, and try to encourage them to look at what your needs are and get them to propose on your products. And the biggest lesson that I learned, I just wish we would have met BOSS a lot earlier, because we could have got this product online a lot sooner and been saving a lot more money, making things easier for the work crew.
Thank you. And I have another question here. Is this presentation being recorded and to be available to review later? Yes, we will record this. This presentation is recorded, and we will send you the link to the presentation pretty soon. And next question is, what is the cost? The cost of the product, that is something we can get in touch with you, and we can talk one-on-one on that thing. Basically, it's volume pricing and some other factors, and we can talk to you, get in touch with you, and talk to you about it. And that's all the questions we have. And I'll give it back to Norma Jean, and we have a small gift card drawing.
Vishu and Brent, thank you so much. There was a lot of great information, and I hope everybody has enjoyed the webinar. And thank you for joining us as well to speak about our product, BOSS811. So, last but not least, the lucky winner of the $50 Amazon gift card is Michelle Lawrence at North Fulton County. So we'll be getting that out to you, Michelle, very quickly. And again, thanks so much for joining us. And as Vishu said, we're recording this. It will be on the website. And if you have any questions, contact us at sales@boss-solutions.com or 678-684-1200. And again, thank you, and make sure you complete the survey. That's really important to us so that we can keep making our webinars better and better and get you the information that you need to have from us. Thanks, and have a great afternoon.